This is your 2 count.
Welcome back to our second count, gentlemen. I got one topic I want to get to before we get to our third count and some fan questions. But first, Jimmy, man, we saw Ariel Helwani's show that he had Eric Bischoff on yesterday, and he had a couple good quotes about AEW as well as TNA. I want to get your first thought here with the one on TNA. He said, and I quote, they are one deal away from being a major player if they get a broadcast partner, if they get the right broadcast situation, because they've got the product, they know what they're doing. It's a good team of people. They just need a bigger platform. And if they get it, watch them take off in terms of television ratings and popularity. They could be number 2 in a minute. Arrow also came back with that and said, okay, well, how quickly do you see that happening? And Eric Bischoff said within this time next year, he can see TNA being number 2 right behind WWE and above in front of AEW, Jimmy. EB knows what he's talking about, man.
Um, Eric Bischoff's a smart guy. He knows television. He knows exactly what he's talking about. Now, I know a lot of people are thinking there's no way that could happen. Never say never in the wrestling business. First of all, you look at trends. And right now, you take out AEW's pay-per-views, and they are not trending upwards. Right now, TNA is trending upwards. As Brian has said a gazillion times on this show, they are one major TV deal away from really making some waves. And I believe that as well. And I think it's inevitable. And I think Eric Bischoff knows that it's inevitable. And it's going to make it interesting. Let's put that. Let's put it out there that it's going to be one interesting. If you know everybody's talking about AEW being competition to WWE. No, AEW is just an alternative for people to watch if they don't want to watch WWE. The competition is going to come from TNA for AEW. They're the ones they should be worried about, not WWE, because WWE is up here. Mm-hmm. With all due respect to every wrestling promotion out there, we all know that their business is here.
Yep.
And right now, nobody can touch them. So everybody should stop thinking about them. Let them do their deals. Let them be the Taylor Swift of the wrestling world, where they can charge phenomenal money for their tickets. And you guys battle it out for second place. And the thing I think, in my opinion, this is my opinion, Daniel, that TNA should concentrate on is just doing your thing. Because right now it's working. And just concentrate on that and stop thinking about, okay, what are we going to do to surpass these guys? Don't care about that. Just concentrate on your own deal, because everything is good right now.
And I think that's what the TNA has been doing for the last, the last 6 months, last year, what have you. But it's interesting to see, Eric Bischoff's comments there, though.
So let me just say this. Okay. Let me just say this. 1, 2, and 3 do not matter. They don't matter. As Jimmy alluded to, WWE is basically, if we're in a marathon, they're 1,000 yards ahead. You're never catching them. Okay. If you're AEW, you're 500 yards from their 1,000. And let's just say TNA is 500 yards to catching WWE. AEW. Here's the thing. If AEW continues on the spiraling effect that they're going on now, and TNA were to get a major deal, okay? Now, if they land on a network that say, I'm going to make this up, and it's not for comedy reasons, but let's just say on name me
True TV.
Yes, it's a huge step for them. Yes, but it's not the step that Eric Bischoff and myself are talking about. It's still way better than where they're at now. But if TNA ends up making more money, putting more asses in seats, and it's that very behind, but not so much third, do you think they care? Because I remember when I went to TNA. This was after the Kurt Angle acquisition. This was when we got the Spike TV deal, and we were doing 1.5, 1.6 million a week. We were fine being number 2 because we were making money. But then some players came in, not going to mention names because it's not important, that thought that we could be number 1. And Vince McMahon literally said, shut the fuck up, get the fuck out of here. Go away. And it's okay. Okay. And guess what TNA did? They went away. And they went back to their comfortable number 2. That's why I don't feel like TNA should be doing anything different than what they're doing now. Do what you do. And then if you make that surge to be number 2, then it happens. If you don't, and you're number 3, which is still the 3rd biggest, wrestling company on the planet, and you're making money, what else matters? I think there's a comfort zone.
I get it. I mean, for somebody that's on the ends here, when it comes to this, I will say this: I love that someone like an Eric Bischoff is making a comment like this. But to back up both of your points, we're not trying to be number 2. If we become number 2, great.
Right.
We're trying to just be us.
That's exactly what I'm talking about.
Mm-hmm.
And the thing about it is that we want more eyes on us. We want to move in that direction. We want to grow and make money, get a new TV deal, all that kind of stuff. That's what we're focused on. We're not like chasing a goal that may or may not happen. Because here's the thing: if you get number 2, then the next goal is you got to maintain. Then you got to do this, and then you're gonna if we just focus on us and do our thing, it'll just happen. It's almost like the what is the concept of the fans, right? And when it comes to a wrestler, the fans will tell you if you listen to the fans, they'll boo or cheer the person they want to boo or cheer. Mm-hmm. If we just do us and keep going, the fans will come. They'll be there. They're coming. They're growing. I don't hate to do the if you build it, they will come thing, but that's what's happening.
Mm-hmm.
They will come and they will support and they will be behind as long as we keep standing up. Now, if we try to copy this, copy that, that's where you run into a problem. But we're not doing that. We're literally trying to be us and go forward, and that's why it's organically growing and happening. So
let me ask,
a partnership is great, and I love the partnership, so I'm not knocking that at all. Has that helped? Absolutely. I'm not dumb. It's a great partnership, but we're still being us within the partnership.
Here's the thing, and I'm gonna throw this to Jimmy and RJ. So think about this. So, do you not think that at some point it could ever happen that WB just says we're done, we're done with you guys, we're done, right? Could pull out. The damaging effects of that could be either A, ginormous, or not much at all. And that being said means that's why I say being number 1, 2, or 3 does not matter. If you're number 3, let's just say TNA gets I'm gonna throw it out there, and I know I'm shooting for the stars, a USA deal or a CW deal, right, on a different night, and they're able to maintain good numbers, they're making money as a company, and they're just going on and on and on, right? Why would it matter as a company whether you're number 2 or 3 when your company's doing well? I own a company. It's a family business. I'm not number 1 because I'm not beating Lowe's. I'm not beating Home Depot. But we're doing damn well. And all my employees are getting paid good amounts. And
right,
we're not trying to be number 1. We know we can't.
But
it's like the WWE. AEW and TNA will never be a WWE. It's just not going to happen.
No, right. It won't. Right. I don't think. But I think the issue is that somebody taught me this a long time ago, or mentioned this to me. You don't call yourself what you are, even when you're not there yet. You let other people call it. So what I'm saying, and what I mean is that we aren't going to call ourselves number 2. we're going to let other people call us number two. And if we get there
Smart.
and they call us number two, okay, but we're still never going to call ourselves number two. We're just going to keep going. Let them call us number two. That's the mindset. And so as long as, and if we get there, that's great. But that's not my focus. My focus is for us just to keep pushing and succeeding. And all of my friends still have a job. I still have a job. That's my focus. And all of us make more money. So because the more fans, the more eyes, the more all that, it's just more money in everyone's pocket, including myself. So I'm a little selfish there, but I mean that's pretty much it,
Yep.
So
well, I got to ask this one question from you, Daniel. What is the number one goal of any wrestling company?
Number one goal of any wrestling company is, it should be to be in the green.
Thank you. Because it is a wrestling business.
The business.
It's not a wrestling hobby.
So my favorite lines from Freddie Prinze Jr., he says, it's called show business. And what's the bigger word of that, of those two? Business.
Yeah.
No doubt.
He's absolutely right.
One other quote I wanted to I grabbed from his sit down with Ariel Helwani that I want to get your guys' thoughts on before we get to our third count here. Is regarding AEW surpassing the Nitro, WCW Nitro for the longest running wrestling show on TNT. He said, I quote, if you took all the viewing audience that we had over whatever run Nitro had, I think it would take AEW another 15 years to deliver the audience at the rate they were going. Their television ratings are flat. They've been losing an average of 15 to 18% of their audience every year for the last 5 to 6 years. Last week, they did like 580,000 viewers on a major cable platform on a Wednesday night and in prime time. I don't know if that's really doing that well, but stories, character development, I don't see it. I kind of have given up on it. And that's coming from Eric Bischoff in regards to AEW Dynamite surpassing the WCW Nitro for the longest running TV on TNT there, Jimmy. You're around there for that WCW head-to-head with WWE there. What were your takeaways from this?
I thought it's interesting, those numbers he threw out there. I don't know if he's using the same mathematicians that Dave Meltzer uses to come up with these figures, but, throwing these numbers out like, we're the longest running cable show since we're beating Nitro and blah, 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 and all that.
Jimmy, real quick.
What?
Jimmy, he did use mathematicians to come up with a formula. How the fuck did he come up with the formula?
Ask Steiner. Steiner math.
Steiner math. Hold on.
Meltzer math. Steiner math. I don't know.
No, Steiner math is good math.
Okay.
Oh, God.
It actually did, if you think about it and you go back and hear it, it actually does make sense what he's saying.
It does.
It actually does. It's just that because of the way he presented it, everybody went, "What the? Is that real?"
It makes sense.
But it makes
so
absolute
good.
sense.
It's
That's
so
what's
good.
that's what's so great about it.
It's probably the greatest, one of the top 5 greatest promos of all time.
It's also one that nobody could ever recite word for word.
Nope.
You know what though? Petey Williams did a great
Yeah.
job when he recreated it at the Squeaker's Palace or whatever. He pretty much almost nailed it.
Almost nailed it. It's almost like Brian trying to nail the twisting, burning 450 Hammer Phoenix splash.
He had to change a word or so to make it make sense. Like he couldn't say Samoa Joe or whatever, but yeah. So,
but getting back to Eric's numbers here and what he thinks. See, that's the problem when everybody's trying to compare today's numbers to the past numbers. It was a different time. People were watching television differently. There weren't 9 billion channels on television to watch to take people's attentions away. There was a smaller number of channels. And you know what? You look at any show like Saturday Night Live, The Tonight Show, all those shows, the numbers were way bigger back in the day, because there was less options for people to choose. Now
Well,
there's
that
more
and
options. There's other ways
yes,
to absorb your content.
right.
People are streaming it. People are not watching it live. I'm an old fart. I like to watch it live. That's just me. That's the way I like to absorb my television. I don't like to record it and watch it later. The only advantage of that is, guess what you do? You fast forward through shit.
Mhm.
I just would like to know how you go from last week's rating of 580,000 viewers for Dave Meltzer putting out that was 1.5. Where are you coming up with this?
He has mathematicians, bro.
Yeah, I get it, but where? Like, where's this number coming from? You pull it out your fucking ass? And just
My question is this. My question is this. How do you devise numbers based on estimates? Like there's no hard numbers. Everybody talks about, well, we know the numbers of the max are this. The numbers on max are this.
how does he know and
But
nobody else does?
wait, they haven't told anybody.
Exactly.
Tony Khan admitted himself that he doesn't have the numbers. He just heard they're good. Okay, thanks.
Okay, what does that mean?
That means he's happy with them? I don't know.
So you're picking up another 680,000 viewers on Max? I don't buy it.
When the NBA gets 43,000, you're telling me that, anyways.
Yeah.
I don't. That math doesn't add up.
I smell bullshit.
Well, something that isn't bullshit is our third count. So why don't we send it up there right now, right here on Reffing It Up.
This is your 3 count.
Welcome back to our third count right here on Reffing It Up. We got a few listener questions that were sent to each one of our guys here for Daniel, Jimmy, and Brian. Daniel, first, man, what's a question that you received?
Yeah, one of the ones that I liked, that I thought is interesting, and I know, I wanted to pick out and discuss here is I was asked, like, what is it like? We just had Slammiversary, as we talked about, and a big event for TNA. What is it like reffing a show like a Slammiversary or WrestleMania, some top big show compared to like your normal TV of Impact, or say for you guys a Raw, SmackDown, or things like that? And so I thought it was very good. I was like, that's actually really, really good, because it is as we kind of alluded to earlier when Brian asked, it is a different. You treat everything. You're still excited and get out there and do your job, but sometimes a moment like a show like this, you're a little bit your nerves and your excitement a little bit more turned up to 11, so to speak, compared to, say, when you're doing a live TV. Live TV coming up this week at Impact will be better, more turned up than we do the tape show on Friday. It's just because of being alive and the way it is. But I will say there is a difference, and the way I can describe it is just that the excitement is up higher than the others. Not that you're not excited to rep those other matches and do that other show. It's just another level. It's hard to explain. Jimmy, you have an opinion on that too?
Yeah, it's exactly how you described. The butterflies are a little floating around a little bit more. I mean, you're always on your toes, regardless on live television. But pay-per-views, especially big pay-per-views, you're a little more anxious
And the
you're
other
more
thing too,
conscious. Yeah.
the other thing too, sorry to be cut you off. The other thing too is that you are getting more time in your matches.
Mhm.
So you're not. I mean, you may have a 12-minute match on pay-per-view, but more than likely that's 12 minute on TV is a long one. It's usually shorter than that. So your pay-per-view matches are anywhere from 12 to 20 or something like that. So you're out
Mhm.
there a lot more. So therefore, that's the other excitement. You're doing a lot more things too as well in the match, or keeping up a lot more too. So yeah.
Mhm.
And I'll just touch on it real quick. I'll just say that for me personally, and I'm sure Jimmy and you, Daniel, feel the same way, you become ultra focused on something that is live with a bigger audience, knowing that there you can't screw up. You got to know what you're doing. You gotta be ready to go. And there's a different energy that's felt, knowing,
Yeah.
like for you, Daniel, like Slammiversary, I'm sure was like you had to feel those butterflies, as Jimmy said. walking out there, and you better have your shit together. You know what I mean? And the guys too. So it's just a difference. Like, we used to do house shows. We used to do a lot of ha-ha and playing around and just a relaxing atmosphere. TV can sometimes be that way as well, especially if it's taped. Even if it's live, though, it's still not that. I don't know that.
No, live TV is great. Like I said, live TV is still another level, but it's nothing like a live big event pay-per-view. It's still different.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
When you get your A game on.
Yeah.
Right. Jimmy, man, what's one of the questions that you got in your DMs?
I like unique questions. I got a unique one from a follower. He asked, "Have you ever been mistaken for a wrestler and asked for an autograph or a selfie?" And I'm thinking back, and it actually happened last year. Brian, you were there. I don't know if you witnessed it, but we went to WrestleMania in Philadelphia. We were hanging around, and we were hanging out with our good friend Chavo Guerrero.
Okay.
And when I was leaving the hotel, I mean, like, I didn't even touch.
Oh,
You're-
I do
you're-
remember.
Somebody thought I was Chavo, and I didn't want to tell him that because he'd probably be hot at me. But
Well, if Daniel keeps on doing what he's doing, man, they may think he's one of the boys here soon.
Hey, it is what it is.
Hey, get in shape.
License to carry.
It's not your fault, right?
I can't help it.
You know what I used to do? Pat Kenny and Al used to get on me all the time. They were joking, of course, but they were like, "You're going to be bigger than half the boys." And I'm like, "Well, tell the boys to get in the fucking gym."
Yeah.
Start eating better too.
Yeah. Shit.
Nah. I just told Rod Zapata I'm coming for his job. That's all I said.
Oh,
Wow.
Lord.
Yeah,
It
but
was
you
a
got
joke.
you got
I was joking.
you got to
No,
get a little tan
I
there.
I think you
Daniel.
mean it. Yeah, you do need to get tanner and grow
Oh,
your hair
yeah,
a little bit more.
he's got me on the spray tan for sure.
Brian, who's
And
somebody
I would
that
get, but I would have to also get a smaller shirt as well.
A
you gotta wear the
Schmedium.
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 Then they're really gonna be pronounced.
You're
Brian,
killing me,
man.
Spider.
Brian, have you ever been caught or thought you were a wrestler?
No, I don't think I've been caught as a wrestler. I think they thought I was
Yeah,
somebody.
no one
They
would do that.
They thought I was somebody maybe I shouldn't have been. I mean, but that not a wrestler. There was like, nah, not really.
Brad's
out.
too skinny.
Yeah, I'm too skinny and also known as a Hebner. So fuck you. As he flexes.
Oh God. Well, obviously, probably Daniel's been people thought he was Earl Hebner because he was trained by him. So
He looks just like him.
Looks just nah. If I get anything, it's Dane Cook. Look at that.
Oh, I see that. Yeah. So none of the boys though.
Well, a funny story. I used to get Eddie Edwards back before I would work with Eddie Edwards. People thought I looked like Eddie Edwards.
I can see that.
Funny. Yeah.
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 Okay.
Poor Eddie. Poor Eddie.
I know, right?
Still, man.
Don't tell Lish.
Oh God, she spit in your face.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, yeah. Brian, what's you got a few over there as well?
Yeah, I handpicked through a couple of them, and I found one that I thought was really good. I thought for the boys. So one of my followers asked, there are many mannerisms that are very different for each referee, like signaling tags, counting, motions in the corner to break counts, etc. Is there one way to do things, or do you adapt your own? So I'm gonna throw that over to Jimmy.
Okay. Just like wrestlers, we borrow from everybody.
There you go. What a key answer right there.
You know what I mean? You adopt little mannerisms, little movements from different people. You try to make it your own. The biggest one for me is always tried to make false finishes different. I didn't want it to look like anybody else's. So I worked really hard on that. I mean, and just little things like that. I mean, like there's not a whole lot, and I didn't want to be very noticeable like you guys all know it's not about you, but it still. I like Tommy Young, but I wanted to take. Also, I'll put it this way: I watched a lot of Tommy Young, but I want to pattern myself after a toned down Tommy Young, if that makes any kind of sense.
A lot of sense, actually. He was definitely over the top, but in his own little style.
Mm-hmm.
Daniel,
One of I'm same thing. I mean, I borrowed from a little bit. I think I mentioned on this thing. I've borrowed something from John Cohn. I borrowed, something from Earl Hebner quite a bit. I'm just playing. But no, I've a little bit of you making your own. You kind of do your own mannerism. There's something that I will not give away. Brian might even come out and say it, but something that Brian gave me when he officially retired for me to start using, but I still made it my own. But something that Brian always was known for that I do. That's my homage to Brian, who trained me or helped coach me and train me. However you want to say it. Not as much as Earl, but a little bit.
Okay.
But that was my way of doing that for him. But again, he gave me that. I didn't take it. I didn't do it. And then be like, why are you copying? Because I know somebody else who tried to copy something that Brian did at one time and didn't even ask or whatever, just started doing it. And Brian was like, you can't do that. It didn't work. But anyways, but Brian gave me that. I did it, made it my own. I won't tell you what it is, but if someone ever asks me, is this what it is? I will say yes, because I want you to just see it in your own and go, oh, that's something Brian does, or Brian did, because
how much better? How much better your still photos?
They're great. Yeah,
if that gives it away.
Yeah. But no. So there's nothing wrong with that. I think you should. I mean, I saw someone do something similar that I've done, and they go, "Hey, I was watching you do this," and I was like, "Cool, that's great." I think it's cool, and I try. I mean, if I see somebody doing something really cool, to this day, I'm gonna probably, I'm gonna take that. Let's see, but I'm gonna immediately think in my head, how can I make that my own? Because I don't want to complete copy or steal without their permission. So,
yes.
And for me, I'll just say real quick that Jimmy, you're in the conversation that I stole something from. Yeah, you are. Kyoto is something I stole something from.
100% Kyoto.
Yep, 100%. And I also stole some stuff from Tommy Young, but a much scaled down version. Remember how Tommy used to slide around everywhere?
Yeah.
They would change moves, like he would have in a headlock and he would move over here and he would just slide around. Like I totally picked that up. I don't think that's over the top. I think that's being in the action, if that makes sense. I picked up the Kyoto false finishes where you sell it. You sell the false finishes being that should be over, and you just wave it, and you're like, no, it's 2-2-2. And then I picked yours up with this, the gimmick where you show it was this close. I used to use that all the time.
Somebody else stole that on Wednesday night last week.
Oh, really?
Mm-hmm.
That's awesome. That should be.
There's a gentleman that unfortunately passed away. That when I started my wrestling career, we were close, and he used to do the with the fingers. It was that close, like that. And so sometimes I'll do that in the match, and that's my nod to him because he was such a good friend. We called ourselves me and there's one other ref with us. We were the RWO, the Referee World Order. We had shirts made and everything. It was kind of funny, but so that's a part of that group, just because of all of that. I do that every so often to honor him. And I will say this: one time I did it on TV, just as a nod to him, just to say, "Hey, buddy, I did it," whatever. He knew it, so he saw it way before he's passed me. So now when I do it, it's honor him. But before I did it once, where he could see it and just to be like, this is kind of say hi, right? Like a little thing.
The only reason I did it with two hands like that was I thought it was more visual.
Absolutely.
No, it's more visual.
100%.
Yeah. I'm doing it just because that's my thing to him. I would rather do two hands. I used to do two hands. I didn't know that was actually your thing back in the day, but then I stopped doing it at all. And then now I do I do that, but
But
it's literally.
Yeah.
But I always do that with the shoulder immediately, like to put it over. You know, like
Right,
get down. It was this quote. You know,
It's
so, yeah.
totally one of Jimmy's. Like that's his thing.
Yeah,
Like,
no, I remember when I didn't know when I was doing it, I didn't know it was Jimmy's until later. But I'm saying is that I used to do the hand. You know, that's how I would do it like this,
right.
with the hand that way. And then I found out it was Jimmy's. And I also used to do something else with Kyoto's, but I stopped. I used to do the hook 'em horns.
Yeah, I don't know.
And then when I completely changed it, because I was like, no, that's Kyoto's thing. And I'm sure Kyoto would let me use it, but I'm so used to the two that I can't even do hook 'em horns.
So Daniel, you've stole all my shit. So why don't you just go ahead and ask Jimmy, can you steal his too? And then you'll be a complete referee.
I didn't steal all your. I didn't steal all your.
It's not stealing. It's borrowing.
Exactly. We don't
Borrowing.
care. What do we care anymore?
I didn't steal it. No, I
And
borrowed and made it my own.
You're blessed by us. So go
You
ahead.
know how many people kicked out of this?
I know, right?
Right.
People kicked out of that.
Yeah.
Unreal. Well, guys, that'll do
I'm
it.
gonna wear on my other arm. I got the sleeve over here on my left arm because that's the arm you do. I'm gonna wear my wristband right here.
You wear a wristband. I'm coming to fucking Baltimore kicking your ass.
Boy.
I'll
You
pay
gotta
for the
earn
wristband. I'll pay for the wristband.
Oh, that's great.